Welcome everyone to an ad on the DL. We're on session 70. That's a fucking wild thought. We've made it, guys. We made it to 70. Will we make it to 71? I never know.
Now we're
Ulrich,
going to 200. This is turning into D&D. This is turning into CR.
I think I'm going to lose half our game, half our players here if that happens, and I don't want that. Maybe even most of them, and I think that would only be fair because 200 is a lot. That is a lot of commitment for something that most of you guys are doing for the first time. So I cannot ask that of most of you.
Also expecting it to be like 3 months long.
Yeah, exactly. So, Ulrich, you got a fun recap for us?
Yeah. So when we last left our adventurers, they started off with going inside from a feast that was happening in the Firbolg encampment village. I don't know actually the size of this place.
It's fairly large. I guess I can pop this back up over the map.
Yeah. I know it's fairly large. I just don't know how you would describe it as like a tribe or a village.
Yeah, tribe, village. I think either those are good solutions.
Okay. Yeah. We popped into like the main hall where sort of the upper brass of the tribe were convening, and I forget the name of the person, but someone turned into the avatar or like an avatar for the
which uncle, BigYin? Do you have his name written down?
Was it Zod?
No,
that would have
been
Zod.
dope.
It was the other uncle. I had it written down somewhere. I'm checking my notes. No, Rock, Uncle Rock.
Uncle Doodoo.
Uncle Doodoo. No, it's Rock, yes.
Uncle Duty. Uncle Duty McDuty butt.
It's Rock, yeah.
And then there were some personal attacks on BigYin's person because he became a demon worshiper when he could have become the champion of the god's name is Silvanus. And he did not, and so he decided to become a warlock. And that wasn't super legit. And so then the rest of the session was essentially discussing ways that we could sever the connection to the demon. And there was some conversation happening with Garfield about that, and I think we're on a path. I'm not sure if we're going to discover that path. And then also Ulrich was asking about the dragon coin / token thing.
How did you get that?
That he got at way back in his military days.
And then you got another one.
Yes. Well, how did we get that one? That's a good question.
Elwarin, would you like to let the class know what happened with your cousins? Do you remember it all? It's fine if you don't. Just,
I mean, not in detail.
Yeah, that's fine. His cousins, Rai and Benji, were the ones that attacked you guys.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Cool. You want to take it away with the rest of
it?
Yeah,
and they were like mind freaked to attacking people, which was no good, and they believe it had something to do with the coin that was controlling them, or they were getting orders through it.
Yeah, so they were their memories had been altered and their visions had been changed by the advisor.
Yeah, like I said, mind freaked.
Sure, yeah, and then the coin wasn't mind freaking them. It was their communication vessel to that advisor. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes.
I just wanted to make sure it was like 100% clear. Like the coin isn't what's doing it to them. It was an
individual that is colloquially known as the advisor, and there are multiple advisors, usually in dwarven societies, and they're sort of the power behind the throne, and very old. And then basically where we last ended was in Garfield's house, sort of considering the next steps on what we should do about this whole demon situation. And I think that's about it, right? Yeah. I'm sure there are some other.
That's the gist of it. Yeah, that's the gist of it. I mean, the only other thing is that instead of just being the champion, there's a chance that he turns his allegiance into a cleric-esque,
Right. Yeah.
and remove the struggle his mother is under due to his arguable transgression. Some people may say other things. So yeah, so there's that, and because BigYin did not accept the power, Mr. Leader seems to be the next man up, literally and figuratively speaking.
Makes sense.
You guys bought
Not bad
some
for
magical
not
items?
watching the video.
Yeah, not bad. You guys bought some magical items. BigYin paid the money to Garfield to get the golem set up for the eventual confrontation with his patron, Zanril. The big thing that Zanril found out from his patron is that his patron could not find out who BigYin's patron was, which is a sketchy notion for Zanril, based off what Zanril feels he understands about his own patron, and he shared that with you guys. So yeah, so it's evening time, so you guys are more than welcome to go to sleep now, if that's what you guys like to do. You guys have not left Garfield's place yet, but that was the direction as you guys were deciding what to do for the next day, as you have to find Mr. Leader still. He's still missing. You've got BigYin's magical, mystical Fountain of Joy with the wolf issues, which may or may not be linked to Mr. Leader. And you've got the demon. Those are the three big things you guys have working for you guys immediately concerning. Like, you obviously have the overall plot arc of the cult still. So what is your guys' game plan, and how would you like to execute that as you guys find yourself here at Garfield's house at like 2 in the morning?
Yeah, so I'm not ready to confront my bad guy, my demon yet. My patron. I mean, I get, so it's like I know I can offer myself, right? But if I'm gonna fight him, because me just talking as the player, every time I've tried to think a way through this, I've been unable to think my way out of a paper bag, and I'm pretty sure our DM is way cleverer than me.
That's giving me a lot of credit, to be fair.
Yeah.
I
Come
mean,
on.
but if I'm gonna try and do a battle of wits, I wouldn't even know what that would look like, and I just don't trust myself to win. And
You got a group. You got friends.
I know
Ulrich offered to help.
no,
with
but
certain conditions, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's like the thing is like I don't know
Ulrich
if he's
in game has not offered anything actually.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
Ulrich
I
is just
thought you had said like. Okay, fair
so
enough.
all
My bad.
Ulrich asked is like, would you be willing to take this on
Without magic.
And I said,
Yeah.
without magic, and I said yes. But I don't think he believes me. I don't think he trusts me.
That's fair, right? That's honestly fair.
Yeah, no, like as like just BigYin is still very, very sure that Ulrich is not very kind of kosher with BigYin and all the shit and shenanigans he's been through. Plus all the magic stuff, it just kind of keeps creeping him out, and the fact that he can now summon demons and summon skeletons.
Well, nobody's seen that yet. So.
Oh yeah, but he can summon it. You've seen me summon a demon.
Yeah, just the demons. The skeletons has not happened yet. And
fairly
Yeah.
giddy about such power.
Yeah,
it's like I can. It's like that weird thing where it's like, yeah, you feel gross doing it when you actually do it, but the actual idea that you can do it, it's like, I wonder what that looks like. It's just like,
which is BigYin's big flaw.
Yeah, it's literally like I can do something. I should do something. And then you feel like, then he feels like shit after doing it. But it's like, yeah, he did it. It's like, hey, I did a thing. And it's like, oh crap, I did a thing. It's like that is his whole thought process. It's just like, oh yeah, I can do it. Let's do it. It's like, oh
Yeah,
fuck.
and I'm just saying it doesn't really help your case.
Yeah, case of the work for sure does not help.
Yeah, and like BigYin fully doesn't believe he should be the avatar. He feels he's kind of abrogated that responsibility of being the avatar. But if he can take his mom's burden, he'll do that. No problem. He'd sacrifice anything for that.
What'd you say, Lando?
Good word choice.
But it's like,
haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's like, he just like, I can't even. It's like, I know if I fight him and I can convince the rest of you guys to fight him with me, maybe I've got a chance. But
Zanril said no, that there's no shot you guys would actually win in a fight against him, but he would never actually fight you guys. Zanril, you can take it away with what information I've given you.
Himself, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's beneath him,
Biggins
essentially. Yeah.
oh yeah, it would be a
Yeah.
champion. We'd have to fight some champion.
Yeah,
I think.
we'll be fighting his champion rather than the actual dude, because he's a busy. All the patrons are busy people. You know, they
Yeah.
have no interest in mortal affairs.
And so it's like the other thing is like I offer him me, right? Technically, I could ask him 3 questions. Like like the reason why I'm not sure he'd take it if I offer him me is because like, well, I'll have you eventually. It's like I know your soul. You'll ask me 3 questions, and then you'll ask me one more. I know you. It's like he thinks he knows who I am. And
How far off is he, though, is the question.
I mean, being big
Well,
and being big.
there's a reason why BigYin's not fighting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, big and being big in. But it's like, I mean, I'm like, just as a player, I'm not sure I can, me offering myself to him and saying, look, I want out. I will, and to accomplish this, I challenge your champion. If I lose, if me and my friends lose, you get my soul. And you can do whatever you get me, mind, body, and soul, and can do whatever the fuck you want. I am officially your meat puppet. But if we win, the contract is broken. Right? I'm not sure that's enough to bring his ass to the table. He's like, I'll have you eventually. It's like he's already made clear that he has some disdain for me. And he's just like, you're just a useful tool. I don't need you. I have others. So that's
Perhaps
the read
a-
I've
Sure. So maybe think about like what items perhaps would be interesting for him.
so
A magical artifact or something of sorts.
So yeah, I don't have any other.
What about these
I
dragon coins?
mean that is. I actually was gonna
I mean,
ask. That was something
literally, why-
something I wanted to ask Lando. I actually had as a note to ask Garfield about the dragon emblem, the dragon icon.
Like,
On the
literally,
coin.
Ulrich made a deal with him
Yeah.
specifically about those.
You could ask
Yeah.
Ulrich what they're about. Ulrich probably has more knowledge on what the background is on those than Garfield would.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm also wondering if they're tied to my patron. Because
So why don't you?
Ulrich might not know that.
So I said, so maybe you and Ulrich talk.
Yeah, so that's one thing I was gonna kind of push to, but the other thing is, I at least want to do the mountain thing, and go get Mr. Leader, so I have a little bit more to put on the table.
What if you don't? What if there's a clock? You have no idea.
That's true. I mean,
Maybe your mom will die before you get back because you're taking too long.
Yeah.
fuck.
I'm just saying, you haven't like done any research into like what does waiting do for you. You have no idea of what any consequence of waiting is currently.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think in character, in game, you need to maybe explore that before you just make one decision one way or the other, right?
Yeah. If anything, just give me a little bit of time. If I might ask your forbearance to ask a few questions of people before I say, okay, let's go do this. I just need a little more information, guys, if that's okay.
I think Ulrich is quiet as he has been.
So I'll just kind of look at Ulrich from where I'm sitting and just be like, what can you tell me about the dragon on those coins?
The dragon? Not much. I think it's just a symbol, like all the rest of the symbols on coins.
I'll look over at. Oh no, keep going.
But what it does, I mean, we have a pretty good understanding, right? Some being, in this case, it would be the. Oh fuck! I already forgot the word, even though you just said it 2 minutes ago. Not the avatar, advisor. The advisor. The advisor can communicate with folks through it. They have a magical hex on them, which isn't great. That can make it so they look like something else. And last time I saw one of these was when I was getting attacked by my fellow people in arms. Was that right?
Correct.
PM?
Correct.
Yeah.
It was a group within the dwarven military ranks. It was a like combined joint army venture. So you're
Right.
not sure who's with who, but the people that were attacking you, some of them were your like people you had known, other people were just other dwarves that you hadn't
Yeah.
known.
Definitely allies, though.
Yeah, some amount of allies and some amount of allies from a different region. Like a different city, a different dwarven city, you would say.
You were basically attacked by a Wetworks team on a joint operation, on a joint military operation.
That sounds right.
Okay. I'll look
And
over at.
I guess maybe this would be a good time to talk about what happened to Cromwell too. I don't know if you would bring that up, Ulrich.
Well, no, it's not really my story to tell for him.
Okay, fair enough. That's it. All right, that's it. Sorry.
So then I'll look over at Garfield, and I'll kind of say, do those dragon emblems, are they coincidental, or are they tied to? And I'll just kind of point at my face.
He shrugs. I don't know. I don't know, BigYin. It's not. I mean, I never thought that there would be a warlock patron behind the dwarven military. That's quite the doozy, but possibly. But think about this also. Would your patron care?
No, he wouldn't.
I think you have your answer, no?
Right. What time of day is it, DM?
3 a.m.
Yeah. Right. Well, I suggest we all turn in. When we wake up, I want to go talk to me mum. I've got a few questions, and then let's convene back here, say midday, and we can decide what we want to do. Is that all right with you, chaps?
That work? Yeah,
Yeah.
rest.
Sleeping's good.
Yeah, rest is good.
All right. So you guys head off into the night, and as you guys are kind of walking back over to the mainstay, there's still a party going on. These guys don't stop till the sun comes up. Like true Pan believers prior to his fall, they don't know how to not party when it's available to them. And you guys see Zod joining back in the revelry, doing some wrestling, and as he sees you guys kind of starting to turn in, he stops and kind of follows you guys in. And he says, are we done for the night, gentlemen?
I'll just look at my uncle and say, unless my mom's still up and I can let me ask her a few questions, I think I am.
No, she is quite asleep. How
I
about the rest
thought
of you
so.
guys? Are you guys also done for the night? No one's up for some moonshine and revelry?
I'll skip on that.
I'm actually good.
Okay.
Been a pretty long day, so
He looks to
I
you,
would like-
Lando, with a glimmer of hope in his eye.
Say that again.
Revelry and moonshine?
Oh. All right, who's talking?
This is Zod.
This is- Oh,
Big as
I'm down. I'm down to clown. Yeah, I like to party.
All right. You see him.
It was not a ring, by the way, or a mantle. It was a pearl.
There you
Rage.
go. The pearl of power, whatever it was, right? The pearl.
Pearl of rage.
There you go. Yeah, because you changed it. Yeah. And so he lifts up a cask and he says, "Open up your drinking utensil." He's gonna pour alcohol into whatever.
Oh, I
thing you
want
open up.
to take out the ever smoking bottle and pop the top on that, and just hold it out to him. As it just billows.
Okay.
Out.
Okay. Give me like 2 seconds to think about how this interaction is going to go. I didn't. This
It's
is
like he's
not.
lighting up a smoke bomb.
You paid so much money for this, and you're just using it.
It'll ever
yeah.
smoke.
I know. I'm just okay.
Wait, I was
yes.
told it was like never gonna run out.
Yeah. So as soon as you unstopper it, a smoke cloud just starts to form in this hall, and just it comes out to be. Does it go out? It goes out to 60 feet immediately.
Yeah, it's a ton.
It covers the entire room with smoke, and Zod's like coughing. I can't see. Where'd you go? And none of you guys can see.
I'll just pop the thing back on, and then I'll just like put my cup like right into his chest and be like, "Oops, sorry, wrong one."
He's like, okay. There are some windows open because it's a nice cool breeze, so the smoke just slowly dissipates from the room. He sees you again, and he just like, oh, quite the bottle you have there, son. And he starts to pour and fills up your flask.
Oh wait, if I fill up my flask with a bunch of moonshine, does that like give me more health than regular beer?
No, but you will have to roll a higher DC check to not be drunk.
Okay, that's all right. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so for he fills up as many cups as you give him and flasks and stuff, and he's like, Ulrich, interested?
Nah, I'm good. There's been a lot of revelations today. I think I'm just gonna hit the A.
Fair enough. Excellent. Well, Lando, if you would like to join us wrestling, you're more than welcome to. We probably have a couple more hours before the sun rises.
Wrestling?
Yes.
Like for fun?
Yes, that's what we've been drinking, wrestling. I thought it was kind of your kind of thing based on how you're dressed.
I mean, this is just how I feel most comfortable, you know? I don't know. I like drinking. I don't know about wrestling.
Okay.
Fighting, yeah. If somebody wants to go toe to toe, we can duke it out and see who, comes out on top. But
that's kind of like what wrestling is. Fighting.
Not really. I mean, there needs to be blood for me to get involved.
Well, we're not trying to draw blood out here tonight. It's a celebration, not a battle. So.
Wait, what are we celebrating? Isn't the mood supposed to be sour because old demon over here is a demon?
Okay, Zod looks at the rest of you guys. Maybe I can explain this to him. I don't know, honestly. Nobody else knows BigYin is a demon. Outside of this room and what you saw today, no one else knows BigYin is a demon.
Are we trying to keep it that way?
Ideally.
Okay.
Would probably bring the mood down, no? For our prodigal son's return.
I mean, how do they know if he's supposed to be the prodigal son? That doesn't make any sense. If we're celebrating him, but they don't know he's a demon, that's confusing.
He came back home after being away for a very long time.
But he's a demon.
No, so the reference to the prodigal son is a biblical
story. The player understands this, Mr. BigYin. He's saying, and he's keeping it in character for Lando. It's perfect.
Okay, fine.
And then Zod just kind of puts his hand.
He's just gonna fuck shit up.
I'm confused. Like, why are we celebrating him if they don't know if they know he's back, they don't actually know what he looks like or that he's a demon?
Well, no, they know he's a dragonborn. He's no longer a Firbolg, but he's back. That's all that matters to them. It sucks that he's changed, but we had to throw a celebration for when he returned, as that was what we promised.
That seems a little rich.
He's gonna fuck shit up.
And then you just see Zod's mood just slowly like get down. Like this dude was like super happy, super jovial when he saw you guys. It's just slowly coming down. He's like, well, it's not been a lot to celebrate around here recently, so we had to do something for it. But on that note, I'll turn in for the night as well, I guess. You see him with his cask head upstairs.
Rip. Oh God, I'm sorry, guy.
Really brought the mood down. What a party pooper.
Killjoy right there.
Oh,
why are you celebrating? Your son's for your nephew's a fucking demon.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really odd. It seems really counterintuitive. Like, how do you think he feels? He probably feels like shit right now, and everybody's out here just partying. I don't know. I was thinking of him. That was all. I
Fair
don't do
enough.
it that often. I figured there was a time for it.
Fair enough. Hey, no, it's all good. It's all good. Cool. Yeah. So you guys all head to sleep. BigYin, do you try the moonshine? Or sorry, Lando, do you try the moonshine?
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay. I just tried the moonshine. I didn't like
Yeah, it's fucking strong, buddy.
Constitution.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you're good, but it is probably the strongest thing you've ever put in your body, alcohol-wise.
Cool.
And I say that because I don't know what else you would have put in your body, and I don't want to make assumptions one way or the other. So, excellent, cool.
Gasoline.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ethanol.
Possibly. You guys all go to sleep and sleep through the night fairly peacefully. When you guys wake up the next morning, Lando, you get a ping in your head.
Oh.
Hello, Lando. It's been
Hello.
some time. 'Tis I, the
Yeah,
snail.
Oh, wait. How does he have? He doesn't have a pingable thing to me.
That's what you think. He's he's sending you a magical message. He hasn't heard like a response from anything you've said so far. So I see you've sent us some people. Interesting wording on your paper. I know what your handwriting looks like, son. Yeah, I've got them working. Good information, and I do have some information on Mr. Leader.
Ooh.
He was spotted on his way up to the fire giant stronghold.
Oh, I don't like that.
And there are concerns about his appearance. So with that, I'll let you do what you would like with that. And then you have the chance to respond if you would like to.
I'll just be like, all right, appreciate you reaching out. It's nice to hear your voice. You sound a little different than the last time I think I talked to you, but that's cool.
You would know this would be the mage who's sending the message. It would not be his voice.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I detected more of an accent than I thought that you had last time. Good to know on Mr. Leader. Is there like an opportunity for him to respond back, like a second time?
Yeah, he'll send another message over.
Be like, what changed in his appearance?
He responds back, he's no longer human, which I think you knew.
I knew
And
that. He's all wolfy, right? Like, kind of Twilight-esque. He's Team Jacob, basically.
whoever this Jacob you speak of, yes, that probably sounds right. Accurate.
Yeah.
I have heard of werewolves named Jacob before, so that maybe
Nailed
that
it. Oh,
is what you're referring
Twilight,
to.
Are you saying Twilight Kanan?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not. There just happens to be a werewolf named Jacob in this world.
Oh,
I'm sure
that's just a coincidence.
I think so as well. Yeah, maybe he used to work for the Liechtenstein. Who knows? He's like, no, it's more than that. There's a dark aura around him. It's almost like a shadow following him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Be scared of that.
Okay.
And that is they are out of sending spells. That you had exhausted their sending spell usage.
Oh, well, that's a pretty shitty mage then.
That was like 7 messages, if not more. I don't. Anyways,
so he's different. He's got dark aura. Wait, isn't that some of the same shit that like fucking what was that one homie who like killed all the blackness out of him and like the clown guy or clown guy.
So you would remember when last time you guys saw him, it was there, but it wasn't like really visible outside of that. Just like when it came into him the first time. So
yeah,
now
when he
perhaps
he got all jumped up by that homie, and then he turned into a wolf.
So the wolf thing, you guys didn't see how that happened, but
I know.
Perhaps
we knew it happened.
Yeah. Perhaps the change into the wolf has caused the darkness that once was in him to get larger and more terrifying. Perhaps so he's no longer the same Mr. Leader you knew of before. Maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you got information wise. Do that what you will. The rest of you guys awake peacefully for the most part. BigYin troubled as usual with his life choices, and Ulrich. I don't know actually. Ulrich, tell me how did your night go, man?
Ulrich had a lot of nightmares that he'd been avoiding for the last probably couple decades.
Yeah.
Fitful sleep. People betraying him, people stabbing him in the back.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. His allies dying under his watch. That
Crying
kind of
out
stuff.
your name, Captain.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the echoing why. Just kind of.
Yeah, and I think also like a little bit of regret as well. Because he did sort of forsake the power, and all of those people did die under his command. Right? Like,
Yeah.
especially because it seems as if BigYin is really getting away with it scot-free. Like, there don't seem to be a whole lot of repercussions for him becoming a warlock under a demon.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really having a lot of troubles figuring that whole thing out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's morning. BigYin's mom has made you guys a massive breakfast. Everybody's probably already have been awake at this point because you guys went to sleep last, aside from Zod.
Thanks, Mom.
And just a massive spread of food. And you see Zod kind of down. His eyes are bloodshot. Doesn't look like he slept very well. And he's like, "Good morning, lads. I'm off. There's word to the north. Something's stirring. I must be off." Kind of bows, quick little bow, and he heads out the door and gets on his steed and is out the door in a flurry.
It's pretty ominous.
That's not good.
So what do you guys want to do?
While everyone else is tucking into the food, I'll kind of get up and I'll just kind of walk up to my mom, give her a hug, and say, "Can I talk to you, alone?"
Sure. She leads you over to the room she slept in. Before we get to that, the rest of you guys doing anything fun?
I don't think so.
Nothing in particular.
Got any more questions for your patron?
Oh, for my patron?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess it would be like when I wake up in the room.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
public space.
We can backtrack a little bit. Yeah.
Kind of asking him like, "Oh, what do you mean by getting rid of Mr. Leader? Is that you want me to take him out like physically, like kill him?"
Roll an intelligence check for me real quick.
Yes, general intelligence check, right?
Yeah.
Whoop. Whoop. Oh fuck.
With a 6, you've asked this question multiple times in the same way. You think maybe it's time to ask it in a different way? Because he's answered the same way each time.
How am I supposed to get rid of Mr. Leader?
However you see fit. Death, change in race, something.
Okay.
Can revert him back to what he once was. I don't care.
So
wait, why is he killing Mr. Leader? That's bad.
Getting rid of.
I have to get rid of the anomaly.
Roll an insight for me, Zanril.
Insight. Okay, insight.
You min-maxing your character has been real rough for me. Let me tell you that much. All right, excellent. Fucking 15. I can work with that. Whenever your patrons never asked you to do something like this before, so maybe trying to figure out what the reason for this is, like what's the backstory, what's the history on this, like what is the end result he's looking for, would be a good question to ask him.
Okay. What are you hoping to gain from Mr. Leader's death, or removing Mr. Leader's existence?
Pan, my good friend Pan becomes a god again, obviously.
Uh, uh, oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Weird.
Okay, makes sense.
Does
Okay,
it?
yes.
Fuck.
Wait, does it?
Okay, makes sense. Okay, I understand. I'll do as you say. And
And he's
Yeah.
like, listen, if you seem to be asking questions about this Mr. Leader fellow a lot. If you're having reservations about killing him, don't. Just get Pan back into being a god. The quickest and most effective way I thought of was ending the existence of Mr. Leader.
or maybe get rid of his lycanthropy. Would that do it?
Pan fell long before he became a werewolf.
Oh, okay. So it's something else. Okay,
That is all.
understood. Understood.
Yeah. So there you go. More information.
Yeah. Damn.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Good to know. Good to know.
Sorry, you've asked the same question like 7 times. It's like your patient is
Yeah.
going to be like, just give you the same answer. That's not going to be like a useful like line of questioning.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Cool.
Yep.
That's
it.
Yeah, Elwarin, you got anything going on? That voice in your head is still kind of nagging you, I would say, probably.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ignore it.
Yeah, fair.
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
You have a voice in your head too? Or do we
Push-
all have fucking voices in our head? That's fucked.
Push it down, deep down.
Keep it down inside. Ignore it for several decades. It'll work out just fine.
But he's an elf,
Well-
it never does.
Well, I mean, it's maybe also just kind of like waiting out and see what's going to happen with BigYin.
Sure. Yeah, fair. Cool.
Who's the
Big
voice in your head?
God
Yep.
only knows.
I haven't asked questions. He doesn't talk to me much, so I keep forgetting. So I'm just like, all right.
It's okay. It doesn't talk to me much. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Big, you got your mom in her room. She's like, what's up? What can I do for you? And as you hugged her again, she felt like you could tell her kind of recoil with that burning
Yeah.
sensation again.
Mom,
Yeah.
how much pain are you in?
Probably as painful as childbirth.
Ugh.
Is that every time I touch you?
Yep.
Or, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
Is
You
it
had no
only
other
when I
choice,
touch
right?
you?
yes.
Is it? Oh dear.
You said you had no other choice, right? So I get it.
I mean, at the time, it felt like I had no choice.
Sure.
Honestly, I look back on it. I mean, you know me, Mom. I'm not long on making always the best choice, and I feel I rushed and I didn't think things as best I could.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as usual. Some things I fear I'll never go out of it.
Well,
Is this killing you? And I'll just kind of point to the mark without touching her.
possibly. It's not this that's killing me necessarily. It's she sits there and she's like, how do I think about this?
Don't you say it's me.
And she just looks and she kind of shrugs. She says, you said it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And just, there's a loud audible thud as BigYin just bashes his head against the wall.
She just looks and she says, you thought there was going to be no consequence to you making that decision?
I mean, if I had actually bloody well known what our family was all about, if I had known this, perhaps I might have made it. I would.
Maybe if you were around, you would have.
Ay.
Classic mom.
Rip.
You don't call enough.
I mean,
this is true in this case. The man was literally never there.
I'll just kind of look at her and I'll just be like, you have me there, Mom, as usual.
And she just looks at you and she says, listen, you not being the champion, that's whatever. Honestly, I couldn't see you being a champion even before you were in this form. That's not you.
Shade! Shade!
No, she's just like, you're not the go out and fight in the battlefield type. You are the I want to learn more and figure out strategy type, which is good. But the avatar's needs change with each generation. With your great grandfather, it was in a wartime. With your uncle and father's generation, it was a need for strategy, as there was a war coming. And we feel at this point in time that war is here now. So the next avatar has to be war ready, battle capable. And honestly, son, not that it's a bad thing. You just really enjoyed learning more than you enjoyed fighting. So it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't shock me that you wouldn't be maybe the best avatar in this situation.
If only you'd seen the things I've had to fight lately. Oy. But
Life on
and
the
I'll
road do
look
that
at
to
her
you, son.
Aye. Well, I'll look at her and say, is there time?
I'm not
How
sure,
much
honestly.
time?
You've been in that form for quite a while. And you see her like lift up her shirt from like the like waist, like she's wearing like a plain shirt
Yeah.
with a like plain set of like shorts on, and she lifts it up. You just see black and mixed with red spreading from her left hip, kind of going up and crisscrossing across her body, almost looking like burn marks.
Right. Well, that clarifies things.
Does it? What does this help with?
Mum, I'm about to go do something foolish, possibly stupid, but it might very well save your life.
Well, I was going to die some point in time anyways. I'd prefer if you weren't trying to risk your own life to save mine. That would not be quite useful, as you have more things to fulfill.
I'll look at her and just be like, Mum,
Yes?
in the zone of truth, I admitted I don't like what I've become. I feel filthy every time I use what this form gives me.
But there's some amount of intrigue, BigYin. I know you well.
Aye. There is an opportunity. Garfield has explained I've taken my wealth and I've had it turned into a avatar of me, so to speak, a golden statue. I'm going to bring my patron to the table. My thought, if my friends will help me, I will face, with their help, my patron's champion in exchange for me, mind, body, soul. If we win, the deal is broken. I am me again, and if it's required of me, I'd even give up all magic. Just be mortal again.
She looks and shrugs. She
Or
says, honestly, do you think that's enough?
I'm honestly not sure, Mum. I think I might be able to find more, but I'd rather not have you die because of me being stupid.
She laughs. She says, I figure you'd kill me one way or the other, so this is not the worst way to go.
Oh, Mum, that's not funny at all.
And she just starts laughing, tears streaming down her face. She starts rolling a little bit. You set so many fires. I figured I'd die in a fire of some kind. She just starts laughing.
Oh dear, Mum.
She's like, all of your experiments going haywire was excellent. It's quite fun. But in all seriousness, I thought you worrying me to death would be the death of me, not this.
Right. Mum, there is a chance that if I do go out to the mountain, talk with the wolves, and maybe sort this thing out with Mr. Leader, that I might find more that will help me break this. Can you
I
hold
don't think
out?
they're going to be doing a lot of talking out there.
She says, I'll live as long as I'm allowed to. I fight as long as I fight. Whenever this takes me, it takes me. The mark has still shown true. So it probably will go to Mr. Leader if he's still alive. And if not, you and him. Oh, Furby would be quite the force. With her brother and her lover both dead. I would be want to see that.
Mom,
Yes.
if I could take this burden from you, I would.
Don't worry.
And
I know.
if I can break this, I will.
She shrugs and she says, I don't know if Silvanus would want you. You have not proven
Fair.
yourself in his mind.
Very true. I'm most of a want-wit for all the books, learning, and booms.
It's okay. Just if you find a moment to prove yourself, maybe it won't all have been for naught, right?
Aye. All
Well,
right, Mom.
I have things to do. She gets up, starts to walk out the door. This will kill me eventually, but won't be dying today. And she walks out the door, smile on her face as usual.
And I just sit on the floor. Not just indecisive.
Sure. As you're kind of sitting there thinking and contemplating, the rest of you guys have probably finished up breakfast at this point, and you see BigYin's mom walking over, big smile on her face. She says, "Oh, how was that, everyone? Was that good?"
Oh, delicious.
Excellent. Well, the day is yours. Zod is off to the north. My husband's off to the west. We'll see how things go. But you are guests. Nothing for you to be worried about. Relax, enjoy. I'm sure you guys have things of your own to do if you'd like to. Otherwise, the day is yours.
Now, ma'am, I can't help but notice y'all are preparing for what seems to be a war.
Yes, you are correct.
Seems to be the gorilla in the room no one's talking about. What with BigYin being what he is, everyone's really been talking about that.
Sure.
Y'all need help with the war?
Between us and the Emerald Enclave, we've been holding them off. But we've seen a machine of war, some would say, that comes once in a while to the forest, burns a bunch of trees down, causes chaos and wanton destruction, and then leaves. If that was ever turned to us and turned to the Firbolg villages of the forest, I think we'd be in trouble. But for now, with that not being their primary objective, it seems, we seem to be okay for now.
Well, okay for now isn't a great strategy.
I don't disagree.
All right, well, I'll be here if you need any help.
I'm just explaining. You could probably talk to Raak a little bit more if you really wanted to lend a hand. Maybe there's some tactical choices we could be. Oh yes, with your military background, I'm sure that would be excellent. Sorry, my mind's been a little on the fritz lately. Yes. If you could, Raak has a full battle map out, and maybe your tactical mind and military training would be helpful, as none of us are formally militarily trained. We have just our own Firbolg training we deal with, and the Emerald Enclave is obviously excellent, but They're also not military trained typically.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Maybe I'll go take a look.
Excellent. Yeah, and if anybody else would like to join, more than welcome to. I'm sure you guys have all seen your own battle or two. So, yeah, but
yeah, we've seen a few.
yeah, and she's like, "Well, the day is yours. I'm off to do some praying." And you see her kind of head out the door, head south towards the chapel over here. BigYin, about how long do you think you are sitting in that room?
About 5
Contemplating.
minutes after she walks out and I hear Ulrich talking, I'll just kind of get my ass up and walk out.
Okay. So you guys are all in the middle of the hall. Elwarin, your parents are not around, it seems, right now. They may have gone somewhere else this morning with your cousins, as they went to sleep much earlier than you guys did. But if you ever need to talk to them, you know how to reach them. And yeah, you guys are kind of in this big, great hall.
Well, I'll look at Ulrich and I'll just say, I know you don't trust me. I have a feeling you think I'm due a fair bit of consequence. A right comeuppance for everything I've been through. And I know you don't trust me, and you've never trusted me for my magic. I understand.
No, I wouldn't say that. I've always said I just don't trust magic that I'm not aware of. I don't know how many times we've had this conversation. Y'all can do magic. Just let me know when you're going to turn into a big fuck you size spider.
No, that's fair.
Now, when it comes to consequences, you know, everyone deserves consequences. Shit. I've had my fair share of consequences for things I've done.
Aye.
You know, if you get away without any consequences, good for you. That shit sucks.
There's no guarantee I can break this anyways. The consequence if I were to fail is that, well, I'm a meat puppet for my patron at that point. You'd be better off killing me anyways.
Now,
because of the choices
I was having a thought. I was thinking, you know, like I do. What use are you to your patron? I think you said something along the lines of like a dumb
I'm a useful tool.
Useful tool. Now, what if you just weren't that useful?
Hey, don't be taking a play out of my book, okay?
I mean, you mean not doing what they asked me to do?
Right. You just say, nah, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, he could. That's true. There's nothing that's in the deal that says I can't. He could take my power away. I'd still be bound to him, but powerless.
Well, I'm saying you'd break the contract or whatever. You'd be like, nah, I'm just not going to do it.
No, it wouldn't break the contract. It would just
the contract
be me
is
being
you're
useless.
going to do it, right?
The contract was he gives me tasks, I do them, and I get 3 questions to ask.
And you get power.
And I get power.
So you don't do the things, and you don't get power. Contract's broken because your side of the contract is to do the things.
DM, I cannot remember. There's no line that stipulates what happens if I just refuse to do shit, right?
Correct.
So that just means I don't know it. That doesn't mean he can't just like take control.
Correct.
I'll look at Ulrich and I'll say, I could do that. There's no guarantee he won't just try and take control.
Well, you're saying that's going to happen anyway.
Aye.
If he loses, to be fair.
If I lose.
But you're saying you're gonna lose.
If I lose.
You're moping
If.
around all over the place like you're gonna lose.
Well, I know I'll lose if I fight him on my own. I don't know if you'll help me. I'm not sure I'm deserving of your help.
I'm not
I'd
sure you're
ask.
deserving of my help either. I'm still not sure why you're doing all this. I'm not sure you
I'm
know why you're
killing
doing
my
all
mum.
this. Seems like a bad reason to do this.
I literally said I'm killing my mum.
Yeah. I
No,
said, why are you doing this? And you said you're killing your mom.
you don't understand, you tick wump. I'm this decision. Me, as I am now. I'm killing her. I didn't know I would do that when I made this decision. I had no knowledge of this family legacy. Admittedly, I wasn't here to learn. Me being the stupid idiot that I am. But I am killing her. That is the consequence of this. That is a burden I was never prepared to carry. If I can save her, I would give you, me, anything for that. That's why I'm doing this. Not that I'll put your life on the line to get me out of this. I'd ask you to help me. But you're not a bargaining chip for it. But I do not want her to die because of my stupid decisions. I don't know if me just saying, I challenge your champion. I didn't want this anymore. I'd rather have no power and stand there and pick up a sword and fight him. I don't know. I'd lose. And he'd have me anyways if I did this on my own. And maybe that'd be a worthy fate for me being stupid. But I'm asking you not for my sake, but for that of my mum. Now, I don't know how much time she has. Maybe if we go and sort this thing out with Mr. Leader and the wolves, I might have more. Or like you say, I could just not do what he asks and see if he tries to take me over, and then you can kill me. I don't know. I can't make a decision. I don't know what the right decision is. I'm asking for your help, all your help. Because clearly I'm not thinking positive. I'm not capable of thinking. I need help of parsing this out.
And as you say that, you hear the wonderful, beautiful voice in your head that you've come to love and know. Your demon,
Oh,
your
God.
patron. Oh, you thought I was going to say Garfield. No.
No, I knew it was going to be the patron.
He says, BigYin, always looking to break deals and not follow through, I see. But you've given me something interesting to think about. So this, you are looking for a way for me to come to the table, you say. Present me with 2 magical items of great value. And then I'll come to the table. What happens after that? Who could say?
I'll use one of my questions.
Go for it.
Is there something specific you want?
Let's just say there are currently 2 items in your mountain I desire, but they may not be there for long. Be quick, young one, be quick. For if I do not receive those 2 items, you will never be free of this deal.
Oh,
And
shit.
connection's cut.
Right, well, that clarifies things.
What?
We need to go to the mountain. Well, you old asshole just popped into me head. said apparently there's 2 artifacts in my mountain he's very, very interested in.
Oh,
That will bring him to the table. Now, I could resist and not do it. He says I'll never be free of him if I don't do it. We could go after that engine of war and avoid the mountain completely. I don't know, lads. I'll look at Ulrich and I'll say,
You got 3 other party members. You can also.
yeah, and I'll look at Zanril. I'll just kind of look at everyone and say, what do you think?
hmm
I'm looking at everyone. I want opinions. I want help. Like, you're looking at BigYin in despair. Like, he is just beside himself. It's like, as a person, you guys know me, and you know how much I put in my family. Imagine that's basically what BigYin is feeling. Like, if I did something to royally fuck my parents over, I'd move heaven and earth to unfuck it. Like, literally. But I don't, like, I would kind of be beside myself trying to figure out what to do.
End of the game, he has to do that exact same thing, guys. Who would have thought?
So God damn it, you know me way too well. Just stop fucking with me. I hate you. Why did I ever decide to play this godforsaken game? For fuck's sake. But yeah, no, I need help. I am. BigYin is basically on his knees begging you guys for help because he had no idea how much pain and just frustration, devastation he was wreaking on his family with all his decisions. And because they never told him and he never asked, all the chickens have come home to roost, and that first child syndrome is kicking in, and all that responsibility suddenly feels really, really heavy. And he knows he fucked up, and he needs help. And he's asking the people who he trusts.
So, what are these artifacts you're talking about in a mountain? Like,
So,
BigYin,
what
you
kind of
also,
artifacts?
yeah, you're not sure BigYin yourself what 2 artifacts he's speaking
no.
of.
I don't even know what they are yet. And just as a player, just like table talk, I actually have notes from your patron telling you that you were interested in something in my mountain as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what these artifacts are.
Okay, let's go.
So it's just like,
So get this straight. So if we find these artifacts, and
he'll
talk, but you would still likely have to fight him, or like, would we be better off other than just talking? Well, that wouldn't guarantee anything, right?
Yeah.
No, it'd give me the opportunity to bargain and put
Maybe
together a proposition to fight.
Maybe these artifacts will help us in a fight, you know?
I mean, these artifacts seem to be available, so I mean, we should get him anyways, in my opinion. But in this case, for BigYin scenario, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, if we go there and we have to, likely, we're not going to just walk in, get these artifacts, and walk out. That sounds way too easy. So if that in the end just helps you to talk to him and not getting any further than we are right now, I don't know if it's worth it.
So BigYin points out that there seems to be a time limit. The guy in his head basically said, "Yeah, you better get a move on. It sounds like there is a challenge coming for these things." And in his own mind, BigYin is thinking, "All I have to do is get them. That brings him to the table.
Yeah,
I don't have to hand." Yeah. No, but BigYin is thinking he doesn't have to hand them over immediately.
It just gives leverage, right? Because it's something that he wants.
It's just something he wants.
In worst case, he will be at the same spot with just something that he wants. So
yeah,
and
the challenge he's thinking, and he's just kind of like, he's trying to partition this in a part of his brain that he hopes that the entity doesn't get to, that the thing doesn't get to. But he's hoping in the fleeting moments and just like get the items, put them on. Say, right. Here's the deal: we fight. The items sit in the middle. The items stay on the table.
Yeah,
We
but if you end up fighting it, then you don't need the items because you could just fight him now, right?
But that just brings him to the table. That gets him to talk. And then I have to negotiate getting out of it.
We have Garfield just bring his, existence into the avatar or your gold avatar thing. Maybe
That's the thing. That's the thing. Bring it into the avatar, and then we fight whatever's in the avatar.
I don't think that's how it is. We're just communicating with him through a medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So for
find
now,
out what he wants, and then do the opposite of that, and just be a real pain in his ass.
Well, he wants the 2 items. He wants the 2 items.
It kind of
So
sounds like these are pretty valuable, and it's like they got an expiration date, where like there's a race to get it. So
Zanril, did you share that your patron wants them?
No, he didn't.
Or no. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that
Right.
I'm curious, very curious about these artifacts in the mountain.
Then out of character, something that would go very anti BigYin's patron is to give the artifacts to your patron. Right? So what I'm thinking is we can literally just be such a pain in the ass of the patron that he gives BigYin up.
Yes.
But you're not communicating. But out of character, don't you dare communicate this to me, because if I hear it, if I hear it, the entity knows it. He knows it. So
yeah. Well, like Zanril is already eyeing on the artifacts, like regardless of the situation. He wants to go to that mountain ever since you said artifacts. He's just like,
money.
money. A great crab once told me.
So when we talk about this mountain, or like your mountain, I mean, I assume it's not BigYin's personal mountain. It's probably BigYin's family's mountain, right? Or something like that.
No. Yeah. This was the place that, like, this goes all the way back to the very beginning of my backstory, where I was guarding a place of magic, a great source of magic, of artifacts, and I had to keep a pesky human archaeologist away from it.
Okay,
poking his head around.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is, like, is there anybody in your family who would know more about what's in that mountain and who might be interested in it?
Silvanus.
Probably Silvanus or my Uncle Raak.
Okay, so maybe we have that conversation and then see what we're getting ourselves into before we just run over there.
I was going to go ask Uncle Raak anyways.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that seems like a good plan for now. Without, like, at least you'll be alive for another day or something, Maybe.
Oh, did Garfield say how long it'll take for the shield to be finished?
2 days.
2 days? Okay. Sounds good. Well,
that's what he thinks.
Hurry up. Okay. Yes, let's go chat with Mr. Raak, or BigYin's uncle.
Well, I'll just say, let's go talk to my uncle, or I'll go talk to my uncle if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, we'll prepare to head out, I guess.
Okay, I mean,
you guys want to head out, or
did you want to go up there as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'll find some artifacts.
I meant, like, do you want to go up and talk to Raak about the military stuff?
Well, yeah, he's the military guy. Then yes.
Sorry, yeah, I know that was dropped a little while ago, so I wanted to just bring that back to the forefront. Does anybody else want to go up there and talk military strategy?
No, I think I'm gonna try to reach my parents and see if they have any insight on this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Zanril?
No, Zanril is more of the business person. Unless it involves money or, like, resources. Like, I don't think he'll be much interested in talking.
I mean, there's resources movement required in war.
Yeah, that's true, but like if they're just gonna have their battle tactic talk,
Yeah,
you know.
fair enough. No, I'm just saying, that's fine. Lando, you do anything interesting? You hanging out with anybody? You hanging out downstairs? You going up to
I'm
see
gonna,
the war room?
no, I'm gonna go to is there a bar?
You're sitting in it.
Oh, I'll just stay here, keep drinking.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. We'll send you guys, the two of you guys upstairs. Maybe you and Zanril just kind of hang out drinking.
I'll just have some tea.
Okay.
I'm not much of a morning drunk guy.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just cough there.
Yeah, you're good. Cool. Let's do Elwarin first. Elwarin, what are you trying to ping your dad or your mom?
Yeah, ping my mom, I guess.
Okay. Yes, Elwarin. What can I do for you?
Hi, trying to find you guys, but didn't see you around the village. What are you guys up to?
Oh. Yeah. I guess you wouldn't have been pinged. Sorry. I've told the Emerald Enclave to kind of keep you out of the like general group chats because it's busy, and I know you have your own things you're working on right now, but there's a battle off to the east that we're having to deal with right now. So we left early this morning to go deal with that. I brought your cousins with me, because even though they were fighting against us and that wasn't great, they're still pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah, there. It's true.
Yeah.
Anything to be concerned about? You guys. I'm assuming you don't need our help since you didn't ask us, or.
For now, no. If I hear about that machine of war, though, I'll call for you. Because that would be. Let's just say we've thrown men at that, and none of them have come back.
Okay. Well, yeah. Keep me updated. In the meantime, we are likely gonna head towards this mountain that BigYin used to protect. Apparently, there are some artifacts in that mountain that are of value. BigYin's. Wait, does my family know about the patron, right? DM.
She knows that BigYin's a warlock. I don't think she knows that like who his patron is necessarily. But yeah, I think you guys you let them know that he's a warlock now.
Okay. Yeah, his patron is interested, and this might give us some leverage to negotiate BigYin's situation. Just curious if you're aware of those artifacts and what's in that mountain.
She says, well, artifacts are just a term. You could make the argument that your bow is an artifact. It's an artifact is just a magical weapon created by somebody in years yonder that may or may not be difficult to replicate now or impossible to replicate now. Typically, craftsmen of great renown and great power create these weapons. My bow is one of them as well. Rise somehow got her hands on one as well. So wild enough, the three of us in our family have artifacts of power of weaponry that I'm sure a lot of people would be very interested in having. Only other thing I really know about the artifacts is that typically, as the user utilizes them more and gets stronger themselves, different parts of the weapon unlock. So your bow, while powerful now, still has room for growth, I would say.
Exciting.
So you could tell, if there's somebody super powerful, a la patron of some sort, right? They may be able to unlock those powers immediately. And do know God knows what's right.
Yeah. That's good to keep in mind. Okay.
Yeah.
But are you aware of anything? BigYin hasn't told us too much about that mountain, so I'm just curious if you.
She's
know...
there were old dwarven smiths that made weapons of power a long time ago that are kind of scattered throughout the world. This wasn't really a dwarven stronghold area previously. It's been forest since all of our family has been aware of. Maybe some kind of elf weaponry. I couldn't tell you. You'd have to show me what mountain, and like maybe we could figure it out with our Emerald Enclave contacts. But most artifacts, if they're known, usually have a name associated with themselves, and if there's a name given to them, there's usually some kind of information about them somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's good for now. I'll keep you updated if I find out more about those.
Yeah, if you figure out what the
likely
weapon
oven.
names are,
Yeah.
then I can definitely get you in contact with the right people. Garfield obviously would probably be able to figure it out also. And then you just kind of hear her like think, like you feel her think for a second. She's like, "But I don't know if you want to pay Garfield. That's up to you, I
Yeah.
guess." But
that's Garfield is always a little tricky when you want information from him. So
yeah, but I mean, he's always fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just,
Sure.
do you want to pay for it or not? Is the question, right?
Yeah.
And you get the feeling from like both of your parents, like they don't try to deal with Garfield too frequently, but like when they do deal with him, it's always been like not a horrible experience, but just like any good like car salesman, right? You never feel like you really came out ahead on that deal.
Yeah, I mean that sums up the experience we have with Garfield.
Yeah,
too, so
yeah. So I would say, yeah, it's like, because your dad was like, yeah, like he'll give you a fair deal, like he's not gonna cheat you out of anything, but like he can't give you anything for free, is what like your dad's kind of told you, and your mom kind of has the feeling, she's like, I don't really like going to him unless I have to, sort of thing. So that, just the dichotomy of your two parents is, I guess, what I wanted to point out. Your dad seems, with his affinity for magic, seems more interested and intrigued by Garfield, and your mom, being more like you, not so as much.
Yeah.
So just wanted to give you that fun little dichotomy of their two personalities on that.
Love it. All right. Well, thanks for that information. Please keep me updated if there's anything going on. Like if you need any help over there. We've been through a couple of fights, so we can probably be of help if needed.
Yeah. I'll let you know. We're going to be about 2 days ride away from where this is taking place, and I guess one thing we will say is were ravens have been appearing once in a while, and they're raven people essentially that are like werewolves but in raven form, and they are tricky to deal with because they fly. Obviously it's okay for us, but like when you're in the forest and you can't really have great aerial visibility, they can be annoying. So just be aware that they're around and they're not usually seen here. So just keep yourself on your toes.
Will do.
Well, like I said, if you need anything, you know how to reach us, and if we get any more information on this advisor person, we'll let you know as well. We're still working with Raya and her memories.
Okay, that sounds good.
Bye.
You guys be safe.
Yeah, we'll try. And she just kind of laughs and cuts the connection. To the two of you heading up to Raak and the War Room. You guys head upstairs. BigYin, you know how to get to the War Room. It's the large room on the second floor, just to the left of the stairs. And as you guys walk in, you see Raak kind of sitting on a fairly large chair with a table almost the same. No, it is the same size table as what was outside yesterday evening for dinner. Just a massive table with a very detailed map of the High Forest. I guess if we were to just show you guys an image, I will just go to the world map and just imagine the High Forest from the corner where like Ulrich is all the way to like Hellgate Dell. Like that entire space is just spread out across a table. And you just see a variety of different kind of battlements shown. You see a group over here, you see groups over here, some to the south over here and over here, and then you see a large contingent in this space over here. And yeah, you just kind of see him looking at that map as you guys walk up.
I'll nudge BigYin to go first.
Good morning, Uncle.
Yes, BigYin. Yeah, what can I do for you this morning?
I seek wisdom.
I may have some to give.
I can see where my mountain is on the map, right?
Yep.
Could you just ping it on the map for me? Yeah. So I'll point. So I'll just kind of lay out the conversation I had with my mom, and then what my patron said to me,
Sure.
and I'll point at the mountain, and I'll point specifically at where I know where the entrance to the cave I guarded is, and I'll say, "Uncle, do you know what I guarded there? When I went there, did you know what was there?
He
Because I never
smiles.
understood."
He smiles, and a dark shadow kind of falls across his face and just extends out onto the map until it reaches your mountain.
Oh, Silvanus, great. Okay.
And you hear still your uncle's voice, and he just says, "Weapons. If in the wrong hands, spells the end of this world."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ah, so that's good.
Right.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I can see why they put a guard there.
Uncle.
And he looks at when you say that, Ulrich, he looks at you and says, "Oh, it's not guarded by people."
Well, what's this guy supposed to be doing there?
He just happened to be drawn there, as some druids feel compelled to, or Firbolgs and other people inclined to magic. Sometimes they're just drawn to that location, unsure of why or unsure of where the magic is coming from. But it's there, hidden deep in the mountain. What if their names are lost in time? Stricken from the record, you could say. But they're there, waiting for the right master.
Uncle.
Yes, BigYin.
I thank you for the wisdom you have given. And I am sorry for the problems I have caused.
He laughs. BigYin, life is never a straight path. There's always bumps and zigs and zags, rivers that come through, blocking your path. How we choose to ford or cross the river is who and what makes us the Firbolg, well, Dragonborn, and then he looks at you, Ulrich, dwarf, that we are today. I'm sure Ulrich has seen his fair share of rivers, maybe cliffs. You're seeing some yourself, and I have crossed parts of mine.
I'll look at him and I'll kind of look away, look down at my feet and shuffle my feet and say, "Can they say truer than that, Uncle? But it does not go do anything for the shame that I carry, for what I know now, for what I have learned, for the pain I have brought to my family without realizing it."
He looks at you, and you see that like twinkle in his eyes leave, and you see a like darker tone. It's a darker gray, almost black tone shift into his eyes, and he says, "You know nothing of the pain you shall cause, BigYin. Your life has been entwined with pain and suffering from the day you chose to make that pact. Know this, even if you wrench yourself from the pact, your road of suffering and pain has been laid out in front of you."
And I'll look right in those black eyes. And I'll say, "Oh, you, the great Silvanus. The one thing I did learn in all my studies, in all that I have read, and even this nasty experience, and I mean no disrespect in this, Silvanus, I may not be worthy of your power. I may not be worthy to take up my mother's burden that is killing her, but I will take that burden and carry that weight for her sake. And know
You
this.
think I gave that to her? That suffering, that pain? No.
No, likely I did. I understand that. But know this. Gods need us, mortals, as much as we created you.
And you just hear, tell that to Pan. And that darkness leaves back to the gray.
He's a not very pleasant fellow, that Silvanus.
Your uncle looks at you and says, BigYin, Silvanus has been through much. His brother cast out of the Pantheon. And he just looks at you. He says, you have brought something upon us that I fear we won't see the end of. A blight, you could say. And Silvanus is not powerful enough to remove that curse from us. So yes, maybe he's a bit nasty now. This is fair.
And I'll look at my uncle. Ignorance is never an excuse, uncle. This you taught me well. For my sins, I will do all that I can to make sure this blight does go, even if I must give my life to do that. And that, I promise you.
He
Not
shrugs
for him.
and he says, do not think this blight ends just with your mother, is all I'll say. Ulrich, yes, I was told you might be here to help me out with this. As he just kind of looks at the map. Thoughts?
Just see Ulrich standing awkwardly,
Yeah.
like next to the door, like, oh, I took all sorts of swings. I got to admit, that did not go.
Yeah, well, yeah, families, huh? And he just like looks at the map. He's like, I just keep not knowing how they keep showing up in all these places. And he kind of points to this area near Kars. And he's like, they showed up there out of the blue. Maybe out of the woodwork, you could say, because it's in the forest. How are they getting there?
Magic?
Okay, yes, okay. And he kind of just sits down and he's like, yes.
Like like teleportation circles? They got it all over the place. We've seen like 3.
Okay. All right. And he kind of just writes that down. Look for more teleportation circles, destroy on site if possible.
Hell, they even got like a magical portal, like minecart track that took us several miles.
I actually will look at my uncle and I'll say, Uncle, that is a fair point. These earth folks are crafty with their tunneling. They may have tunnels buried all over. With the ability to use and I'll describe the magical effect used in the tunnel, in the earth to get to the earth cultist, and the weird time shift that like those who weren't in the minecart kind of couldn't feel. How they were, it kind of felt like you're on a road to nowhere. Whereas, and then we'll also describe what we saw in the fire temple about, like, how you had the fire temple, but then there's a whole series of catacombs underneath that.
Hmm.
And we teleported like to who knows where underground, but after going through the temple or whatever.
Interesting. Okay, and you just see him like writing all that down. He's like, I'll have to contact the Harpers about this. That's the only way I can see of trying to make head or tail of this. Excellent. But aside from that, Ulrich, what else can I do on this map to like give us a better shot at combating all these different fronts? And you can kind of see like he's got a lot of people stationed over here, and it's like kind of far from everywhere else, like in where the rest of the battles are occurring. And there do seem to be like some amount of like enemies in that area, but like the way that they're kind of sprouting out kind of all over everywhere else may not be the best to just have a large squad of people just hanging out over here fighting once in a while when there's just a bunch of people coming up. And he's like, I just don't understand like where I could like move them effectively to be.
Well, is the whole forest important, or is just like some places important?
He laughs when you say that. I've been asking myself that question for a long time. I personally think only parts of the forest are super important, but then Smokey gets mad, and all his followers get mad when you say the entire forest isn't needed.
Well, now the entire forest is important, granted. But are they attacking the forest, or are they attacking you?
Both.
I'll look at the map and I'll say, Uncle, where do the major incursions come from? Like the big ones. Is there a pattern?
Here, he says, somewhere on this side, close to here, up over here, and all along this river. And he's like, and obviously there's some issues over here as well.
So I would say, Uncle, I would, if you can, it might be worth having a scouting party make their way back over to Grudhog and see if there are any tunnels there. Because that is south of the Earth cultists. And the fire cultists were here in the Somber Hills. North of that, right about here, right?
That's where all the cultists are.
Well, no, but like the Earth cult was like here in the Red Larch somewhere on the river. The fire cultists were here, right?
I mean, the Earth cultists had a tunnel that led to somewhere, and then everything, like the water cult is here, air cult is here, Earth cult is here, fire cult is here.
Yeah, so they're running everything out of the Somber Hills. So, but what I'm thinking is if they're using the Somber Hills as like their main kind of staging area, well, you can run tunnels from here into at least these points, and the water cultists can actually come down here. There's no direct water route. They'd have to come all the way around. Actually, there is no direct water route into here from Womford. So it might not. So there has to be another explanation as to why they're coming through this side, how they're coming through here and here. So it could be a common. I'm just thinking it might be worth looking to see if there's any tunnels from here into here that are worth collapsing.
I mean, if you look at the map, it's fairly obvious they're not coming from one direction.
Yeah, but it's like, either destroy teleportation circles or have someone go looking.
They're not digging, is what I'm saying. That'd be ludicrous to be digging holes to all sides of the forest. They probably got bases all around the forest, like say in these 5 spots. I would imagine they got something in Hellgate Dale.
That makes sense.
And then using the river to come down and come up through Kars.
Mm.
Like all of that makes sense. I'm just thinking there might be at least tunnels coming from Grudhog.
Yeah,
this
perhaps. It just seems
So
like not a great idea to be looking for tunnels.
So as you keep mentioning Grudhog, he says, "BigYin, you understand that's where the hill giants live, right?"
Exactly.
There
We
are
went and fought
lots of hill. No, you never made it to Grudhog. You guys were over here, outside of Grudhog.
We were north of Grudhog.
Yes. He's like, you don't.
Now,
There
they
are
are working with the cultists.
understood, but we cannot take 30 to 40 hill giants.
Well, that's fair.
I don't know what
I'm
force
saying,
really could, honestly.
perhaps have your scouting parties go forward. Try to muss up some supply lines if you can. Look for tunnels or teleportation circles in roughly these areas that they're coming from. But maybe consolidate your forces using the mountains as defensive positions.
Maybe we should set up our own teleportation circles.
Yeah, if you can.
Hmm.
At the very least, to be able to get people out in the worst case scenario.
I must consult with the Harpers on that. I don't believe we have the magical abilities required to get all that
that
done.
would make it difficult, yeah. Love that idea, though.
Yes. He starts taking this excellent. That'll be very helpful. I will consult with the higher ups of the Emerald Enclave and make some decisions accordingly, and maybe find focal points for where we focus our efforts.
Point out they're not coming from the peaks inside the forest.
Yes, this is true.
So you can use them as defensive positions.
Yes. But there are many Firbolg and Elven villages and throughout the High Forest that are.
If all your defenders are dead, they're all dead.
Agreed. No, I understand. I'm just saying it'll be a fun task to convince them to leave their ancestral homes.
Look, I'm speaking from experience here. It really only takes a couple villages to fall before they start getting the idea.
Understood. I'll take that under advisement. We have yet to lose a village in over 100 years, so I'm hoping that it will not happen under my my thought process, I guess.
Well, we always hope for that, don't we?
Yes. Thank you. I have much to think on, and as I'm sure you do, as yourself now with your newfound information. Kind of waves you guys off as you see him deep in thought.
Then I guess we'll leave. I'll leave.
Sure.
I'll follow.
Okay. So I'm guessing all you guys meet back up in the drinking hall where Lando's been having some drinks. Have you been drinking the moonshine, Lando? You're muted if you're talking.
Or he's not paying attention at all.
It's also possible.
He's muted himself. He was going away. It looks like he just unmuted himself, though.
They were both possible. I wasn't paying attention, and I was muted.
Have you been drinking the moonshine?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Make a constitution saving throw for me.
I think I'm pissed at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. So your 12 does not do it. You are pretty drunk. You're pretty hammered.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you put any charges into your orb? Your pearl, you could say.
Yeah, let's just say I did. I did one.
Okay, cool. So Lando, Zanril, what you see is Lando finishes his moonshine, he's just woozy. And then you see him turn angry and some fire and lightning start to crackle. And then it just gets absorbed into the pearl he purchased.
And my boots are my boots are on fire too.
All of that energy and power just goes into the pearl and he goes back to normal. All within the span of 6 seconds. That happens.
What the fuck? That's some interesting magic.
Boots are on fire. I have a smoking bottle that never stops. It's just a big old shit show.
The pearl now has a fire and lightning kind of magical color and energy kind of circling within it. Constantly kind of moving around.
Ooh. Just as a side thought, what if I were to take this thing and throw it and explode it. Like, what happens?
All of your anger
That'll be a
comes out on
waste of.
someone.
Do they get hurt?
Probably.
Oh.
Honestly, I haven't
But
thought about using that as a bomb. I should have thought about that, I guess, when I offered the item. I don't know. I'll think about that when we get to that point. How about that? I'll
Cool.
make a ruling when we get there. How about that? I don't want
I
to.
just wanted options. That was all I was
Classic
looking for.
DM problems.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do something with that. How
Yeah.
much damage? I'll calculate that later. Maybe it depends on how many charges you have. It'll be how much damage it does. How about that?
Okay. Good to
You
know.
can store up to 2, so there's that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. What do you guys want to regroup and chat about the new information you got?
Sure.
Sure.
Elwarin, what do you share with the group that you heard from your mom?
Well, pretty much that those artifacts will most likely be weapons, and that those weapons, if in the wrong hands, will be more powerful than they might be in our hands or someone else's hands. So that
Well,
might be
that's
the
not great.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go to either of y'all's patrons.
I'm assuming and guessing from what my parents told me that is also the reason that mountain was guarded by BigYin and his family.
BigYin, Ulrich, what are you guys sharing with the group about what you figured out?
Well, the forest is fucked, and BigYin really doesn't like Silvanus. So he basically said that the gods are useless to a god, which I thought was an interesting move.
That's like a death wish right there.
And,
I did not say the gods were useless. I said we are.
That's something. That's something I would do.
I mean, you may have intended it a certain way, but it definitely, to me, came across as you being pretty salty about the whole god situation.
He's not very nice.
Most gods aren't. But I'll tell you what, you don't say that to him.
And I'm honestly like thinking he probably had a plan for you, but then you kind of like fucked it up. So he's probably pissed at you to some extent.
Well, that's fine.
Now, what was this about Pan not being part of the Pantheon again? We know anything more about that?
I redo that whole thing where Pan was cast out of the pantheon of gods. He's not dead. He's just not really a god anymore.
For reasons unknown to 80% of you.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of character fishing for in-character information from someone.
Yeah, well,
We'll
quite
never
interesting. Yeah. I guess there's only a Theon at this point since Pan's gone.
Nice. Good one.
Is it a Game of Thrones reference?
Pantheon minus Pan.
It was a double entendre. He did both at the same time.
That was a word reference.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
He did it to both. He did both things.
I have questions about Mr. Leader.
Well, he's a big old demon with some darkness following him,
Mr. Leader's a demon? Hold on.
Yeah, I think he's a demon.
Oh, you think he's a demon? All right.
Yeah, like a demon werewolf. A demon wolf.
So far, your demon sense has not been wrong. There's just something about you, Lando. You just get things right. And it don't make sense most of the time. But
that's
you
quite
nail it.
Interesting.
I'm just wondering if he's picked up on Elwarin's little
Nobody has, because he hasn't shown anything of it.
Yeah, but neither is Mr. Leader, and Mr. Leader's apparently a demon, so.
Yeah, apparently.
They're all demons.
Okay. So, was there anything specific someone told you about Mr. Leader, or was it just?
I just had a little ping in my head. As apparently we all fucking do. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
and
voices in the
then-
head.
Crazy.
It's going to
yeah,
become the normal thing.
I have a voice in my head, but it just says stuff that like I want to do. I think it. That's my normal thoughts. And then
No,
It's
Uh,
called
no,
thinking.
I don't
Yeah,
think I could
yeah.
trust
Yeah.
that voice in your head if it's just you.
well, I mean, this one wasn't me. That's why I was, going.
Oh.
I was a bit perplexed.
Well,
Some
who
dude
was
with
it
an
from?
accent. He was kind of an asshole.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about, saying he was from the snail. I don't really know if I believed him, but then he did tell me a lot of stuff that like I knew. Said he didn't like my letters.
Yeah. There's something
Um,
interesting about Mr. Leader, apparently.
He had a
Like-
dark aura following him, and he's going to some stronghold or whatever. I already forgot the name.
He's going to the Fire Giant stronghold
Fire Giant Stronghold.
for your notes.
Yeah.
You say read my notes?
I said for your notes.
Oh, yeah. Notes.
Apparently, Mr. Leader is the reason why BigYin had to go through this whole fucking ordeal.
Well, okay, so this Mr. Leader guy seems like he's a bit of a problem now. He used to be a great guy. Solid dude.
Oh,
Wait,
he
all-
doesn't
wait,
sound
all-
like a great guy,
all of that
actually.
according to this. Wait, according to the snail, the reason I'm in all this shit is because of Mr. Leader.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
not to do with Snail. I wasn't done describing him. Great guy,
Oh,
good guy. Terrible taste in women, though. That's just,
oh,
that's
Mr.
tough.
Leader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You're talking.
rough-
Mr. Leader's
Rough taste in
according-
women.
When he
According
says
to
when
my
he says rough taste
Patreon.
when he says rough taste in women, my fingers start to crackle with green energy.
What are you gonna do, bro? I would literally like one hit you.
Eldritch Blast.
That's me and you in a
I'll one
me and you in a fight. I win. Facts. I don't think any of you could. Maybe
That's
the
it.
only one who could.
No. He crossed the line. That's fucking it. That's fucking it. Why
The
can't I
only
roll
one who
Eldritch
I
Blast?
think could actually kill me is Elwarin.
Why can't I roll Eldritch Blast? Damn it!
Like of the people who
Oh,
could
you
do
can.
enough
Go
damage.
for it.
in
Go for it.
No,
quickly
no,
enough
no.
time.
My fucking the fuck. Oh wait, there it is. Submit.
This is not going to end well for you.
All right,
This
so
is actually
22.
happening.
Yeah, so 22 hits Lando. Lando, you get hit in the chest with an Eldritch Blast. You got one more that comes out of your body, BigYin, when you do that. Roll again. 13 misses. So Lando, you take 12 force damage as it just hits you right in the chest.
I'm so dead.
You see energy just crackling out of BigYin's hand as you said, rough taste in women, as he just
I'm gonna hit
blasts
him.
you with the chest. Yeah, so
I'm hitting him back.
you run over and hit him. Yes, well then we'll roll
I'm
initiative.
gonna get it- I'm gonna get into a rage first.
Okay, yeah.
Relax.
23 hits, yeah. You take 17 plus 4 halved. Oh, sorry, make a dex save.
Fucking
BigYin.
waste a spell slot for these fucking dimwits.
BigYin, roll a dex save for me.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Hang on.
I'm gonna
Dexterity.
kill him.
5 does not do it, brother. So you take 8 plus 9, which is 17 of rage, lightning, and bludgeoning, and then you take 2 fire damage. So you
So
take
I take
19 damage
12.
total. 13 whiffs, though, I think. No, 13 does hit. You have a shit AC. That's right. 13 hits.
Because he doesn't have armor on.
I think he's got 11 AC or some stupid number like that.
12.
Bro, what's up with these shit
So you
rolls?
take yeah. So then you take 12 damage after that, and then the one reduces to 1 because 1 can't get halved to 0.
Elwarin's mom or BigYin's mom.
All right, you want to fight, dude? I'm gonna kill you.
Fat Dwarf is beating your son to
All right, I guess we'll go to this. We'll go to this map, I guess. This is nope, not this map. Let's go to this map. There's less things for me to delete on this map. Let me grab in Elwarin shortly.
Oh,
One
I'm
sec.
digging into the spell sheet. I'm digging into the spell list for this one.
Yeah, one sec. Well,
Fireball.
One sec. Elwarin is here. All right. So how this is played out so far?
Oh, there we go.
You guys are like this. Lando, Zanril, you're like here, and I think you're like here, Ulrich.
Fucking hell! Why do I have to waste shit for this situation?
And we're gonna roll some initiative now.
Yeah, we're all fairly surprised. So-
Yeah, I would say I think that was like a wham bam shablam. You gotta
You
click on
guys
your
gotta
token.
fucking chill,
Nice.
you know?
Uh-oh.
How'd you get a 21 or 20?
Roll the
You have a 14.12 on my screen. Where's the 21 from? Anybody see the 21?
No.
I see a 17 for Lando.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
you,
I have
buddy.
Bro, I have a 19.
I rolled a
don't see-
14.
No,
I
it's a
rolled
1.12. 1.12.
I didn't see his roll at all.
All right, so
Wait,
let's
well,
see this.
Wait,
It's
let me reselect.
it's a 13 plus 1.12.
Maybe it was an old one or something. All right. Descending. All right. Sure, BigYin's up first. Whatever. That's fine. I don't care.
Polymorph.
Why is he 20? How did he
No,
get
no,
a
no,
20?
no.
He
I
got a
think-
14.12.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
No.
you had a 14.
Where the
I had a
fuck was
14. I think it's because I didn't select my token the first time. I wanted to see if that was
Hmm.
what the problem was.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
dead.
Descending. Zanril, you're up first because you beat Lando out on the dex check.
What to do? What
We're
to
just like,
do?
what in the fuck is happening right now?
Like,
And
should
you
I
guys just see-
chuck the-
Yeah, you guys see BigYin bleeding pretty heavily, and Lando's not feeling like he got hurt that much.
I just want to like break the puddle of water, clear potion on like fucking Lando's head, and see if it works or something. No, I don't think that's how it was supposed to work. He has to ingest
Also,
it, right?
Yeah.
Wicked waste.
Indeed,
maybe
it would have been a
it'd be
wicked
good
way.
to pour it on the instigator, perhaps.
Yes.
If you're gonna pour a potion on anybody, but that's just my opinion.
I have to like get these people off each other. How
It's
am I
not
supposed
gonna-
to do it?
It's not going to happen.
You got magic spells,
This-
buddy.
This
Yeah,
could be
no, I don't
this
want to
could-
waste a spell slot on these.
This
You
could,
don't
be,
have
this
to.
could be the ultimate way just to fuck my demon, to fuck my entity over, and then you can bring my ass back to life.
Why would we bring you back to life? You just flipped out.
Can
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
true.
stop fighting?
He insulted my sister.
Please?
Suck it
How
up,
is that
bro.
not understandable?
You just attack to kill.
It's like different species, maybe. Like
You essentially
know-
just pulled out a sword and stabbed it through his stomach.
I mean,
In
Twice.
response.
I like. Come on, I hit him with an Eldritch Blast. It's not like I polymorphed him. It's
That's
not like
just-
I did anything really
Like I
awful
said,
to him.
you
He'll survive. He'll
pulled
take
out
it.
a sword and stabbed it through his chest. It just happens that he can survive that.
I'm going through a lot of shit right now, and that was the last fucking straw.
Bro, you're
I'm
about to
just
be going
saying.
through a lot more.
You're gonna kill me in front of my own family. This
Yeah.
is insane.
That's how it goes
You
sometimes,
got me.
man.
you
Hey,
provoked
bro.
it.
They're going to understand. I honestly don't think they'll be mad.
Sean, understand. This is like just fun. Like I did this just because I
Your-
thought it'd be fucking
Your
chaos
sister
hilarious.
sure fucking won't either. That's for sure.
Oh damn it! I said his real name under fucking. Oh god damn it!
It's all good. That's what editing's for, right? That's what you guys pay me
I'm
for, right?
sorry, DM.
So you guys
I'm
pay me
just
for.
gonna persuade BigYin to calm the shit down, calm his titties.
all right.
Calm your titties, you know? Like she
No. Roll. He's got to
It's a
roll.
persuasion.
You got to roll that with disadvantage because this guy's heated.
Oh, okay. I'll
Just roll again. Just roll again regularly. Okay, 18. BigYin, roll wisdom with disadvantage. You have lowered the DC of what his wisdom needs to be. You didn't lower it enough though. 14's not going to cut it. He's still mad.
He insulted my sister. I have put up with enough fucking bullshit with his demon and his nonsense.
You put up with bullshit? Are you serious now?
All right,
Well,
and that is Enro's turn.
Zanril's just gonna back off.
Yeah,
and
that's-
be like,
A
you know, you
goddamn
guys
demon.
fucking deal with this shit.
28 hits.
I'm dead.
Not yet. You're still up. Dex saving throw for me, please.
You brought this on yourself, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I just like
He was like,
the
"I wanna deal
idea
with the
I
of
think 15 does it.
just
what's
Lando
your-
being
Yeah.
like
what's
super
your-
calm about this.
What's your proficiency bonus? No, not you, Lando.
Everyone's should be plus
4.
4.
So
yeah.
4 plus 8 is 12. What's your con modifier? Is it
My
3?
con modifier?
No, his.
No.
Is it 3?
3. Yeah, my
Ooh,
Yeah, he
yeah, so
saved.
15 saves. Yeah, 15 saves. So you take half.
Yeah.
So you take 3. You take 4 rage and lightning damage. You take 9 bludgeoning. So that's 13, and then you take 2 fire.
So 15 total.
Yeah, and then
Zanril was just gonna look away, just like cover his eyes. I did not witness murder here.
you take another 4 rage and lightning.
Oh no, I'm dead. I'm down.
You're not dead. You're unconscious. The man has fallen unconscious now.
hit him with the backside and do a death save.
Yeah. Hit him with the backside.
I don't want to just kill. All right, I'm done.
It's a crit, right?
It's if you do it, you're probably gonna hit him
Yeah.
and it'll crit. So yeah, you can.
Well, it's an auto crit because he's unconscious.
Well, he has to hit,
it
though.
is.
No?
I thought
Didn't he
unconscious.
attack-
Oh, he okay.
no,
Anyways,
didn't
Oh,
he
he
attack-
crit.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
take-
he's dead. No.
no, he's not dead. He just takes 2 fails. He says 2 fails. It's not your turn yet, bro. Chilled. Your turn is last. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, he's at two fails. 2 fails unconscious. Ulrich, what shall you do?
Well, I'm gonna move over here, and I'm going to, at first, try to gently push Lando back. Like, all right,
Do I get to-
fun.
Do I get to contest that?
Well, I'm gently
He's
pushing
gently.
you
He's,
back.
he's not actually pushing. He's just
yeah,
like
I'm gonna see
hand on your
if
shoulder
you
or
will
something.
actually like stop. Do you stop with that?
I'm done.
Okay.
I made my point. Because if he fails, right, in his next turn, he's
Well,
dead.
so it's not his turn. It's Elwarin's got
Right.
a chance to bring him up with a healing
Right.
word.
And
So
so
it's at
I'm
the end of the
gonna,
roll. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to push you back, walk you back, not actually push you back, walk you back 5 feet. So you're not like literally standing over the unconscious body of BigYin.
Yeah, I'm basically right here right now.
So I'm gonna try to just move you away.
I'm just
Real,
like
like,
standing
alright,
over him,
You
like
had your fun.
spitting in his face.
Yeah.
He's like, "What? I told you you'd die if I fight with you."
Yeah.
I just imagine this from Halo.
That's pretty close.
All right. Is that your turn, Ulrich?
Yeah.
All right, Elwarin, are you bringing him back up?
Actually, I'm going to ready an action
Okay.
if Lando does move forward to like reattack. I'm gonna grapple him,
Okay. Got it. Okay, cool.
but I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't need to even move to attack him, but
No,
Well,
he's,
that's
he's,
why-
he's
no,
gonna, like
I'm-
when
I'm
you raise
actually-
Franket to hit him, he's gonna try to grapple you to stop you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
got it. Cool. Elwarin, are you gonna heal him to bring him back up, or are you gonna let him? That's perfect. I love that. Yeah. You are Sable, BigYin. I need you to roll a D3 for me, unless somebody's gonna use this magic spell to get you back up.
I'll give a healing word.
Okay. All right. You're back up with whatever he rolls. That was so funny though. He's like, I don't want to bring you back up. You're gonna stabilize first, and then I'll think about it for a second and bring you back up. That was so good.
I'll come to consciousness and I'll just shake my head and I'll look at Ulrich. I'll look at everyone. It's like, I'm sorry. That reaction was well beyond the pale. It's not. It was not.
24 hits.
No.
Roll damage. Oh,
You're back down.
down he goes.
But you're at 0 fails.
But wait, he was supposed to. I thought he had an action ready to grapple him.
I
Yeah,
guess.
if he's attacking with his weapon.
Yeah, he attacked with a slap. He backhanded
Oh,
your ass.
God damn it.
I was not expecting that. I'll be honest.
That's a lot of damage.
You're back. Yeah, you're back down on the ground.
Yeah.
All right, Lando. All right. Let's give the boy a break.
Let him. How about this? How about we let him test the fates? Like, let's see him roll his way out of it. He got himself into this. Save yourself, bro. You got this.
Whew. I don't know if would you guys let him just actually try to get out of this? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that's fair.
Okay, that's 2.
That's 2 saves. God, I was so unlucky with this.
That's 2 fails.
Oh shit!
You better not roll again.
Oh shit! Fucking roll it!
Got my finger over the submit button, guys.
Roll it! Roll it!
Okay. See you on the other side.
Oh,
And he's dead.
God damn it.
Is that canon? Is that
Yeah.
officially canon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead.
And
Alright, well-
nope, well, I'm not done. Give me a second. You're dead. That is clear, right? Everybody understands that BigYin dies on the ground in his home.
Because of a bitch slap.
Because he got slapped to death.
Because
Yeah.
of a bitch slap.
Yeah. BigYin, as you go into the void, you feel yourself see brass surround you, coins at first. And then slowly those coins turn into a statue being yourself. And the statue begins to talk. And the statue says, "Death is too easy for you. No." No, death is too easy. And your Warlock patron brings you back up,
Oh shit.
and he whispers into your ear, "Your price has been paid." And you're back up with 1. And you hear a scream come from your village.
The fuck just happened?
And that's where we'll end it for tonight. Thank you, everybody.